Hello. Long time no see. I want you to meet
Nice music.
I'll wait till I'm
Yeah, you hope he's waiting for you, huh? He is. Is this their dance a lot?
What's that? Yeah, hi.
Hello.
As soon as the bridal party starts making
She'll be ready?
down, PK, the dad, is going to go get her.
Okay, so if she's not ready, you got to make sure you signal me, because I won't see.
Right.
Oh no, I wouldn't know.
On behalf of Maya, Mike, and both of their families, I would like to thank and welcome in the joining of their lives. As I have come to know Maya and Mike, I see the way that they're about life. Today we are here to celebrate the joining of these two. PK, since the day she was born, you and Nancy have loved Maya as much as any parents could. When she was a baby, you picked her up and brushed her off when she fell. You've supported your daughter through triumph and failure, and shared in times of sadness and laughter as she has become a woman. Are you confident that Mike will be there to fill those shoes in her times of need as they embark on life's journey together.
Yes.
Little pressure, Mike? Mike, would you please take your bride's hand? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I must tell you all what an honor it is for me to be part of this tremendous day. I could go on listing the many individual qualities these two both possess, but I find it more appropriate to briefly share how they have directly impacted my life as a couple. Maya and Mike, you have renewed in me a sense of commitment and respect to my friends and those dearest to me. You remind me that the biggest accomplishments in life are not the things that we achieve, but the very people we achieve them with. I thank you both for all the ways in which you have enriched my life, and I look forward to a lifetime of friendship with the two of you. In preparing for this ceremony, I thought back to some of the times, some of the memories that I had of Mike and Maya as a couple. And probably the one that sticks out the most in my mind is the first time that I met Maya. They came up from San Diego up to San Luis Obispo, where Mike and I lived together and went to college together. And they were just friends at the time. Maya always seemed to smile. Always smiling. The same smile that all of you have come to know and love. Most of you anyway. There was a little something extra that weekend in her smile when I saw her with Mike. It was clear right from the beginning that their friendship was more than just ordinary. And that's one thing that stuck out for me to this day. I also took the liberty of snooping around a little bit behind their backs and talking with both sets of siblings about memories they had of Mike and Maya as a couple. Funny enough, both siblings, both sides, recalled the same story. One of the same stories anyway. And it was about Maya selling a computer on the internet. And unfortunately, when Maya went to go exchange the computer for the money, the seller gave her counterfeit money. Before she could do anything about it, the person was long gone. She goes back home, and as soon as Mike catches word of this, he comes over because he decides he has to inspect the money. So Mike comes rushing over, and Nisha, Maya's younger sister, happens to be there at the time. And Nisha tells me that it was very clear at that moment that Mike was just making excuses to spend time with Maya. Mike's an engineer, he's not an investigator. Mike made short work of helping Maya restore her seemingly endless smile and brush off the incident. But of course he had to stick around the rest of the day to continue inspecting the money. And most recently, just 2 nights ago, Mike, Andrew, Mike's younger brother, and myself, we were sitting around a dining room table talking about the rehearsal that we had here on Thursday, talking about how it went. And Mike made a seemingly kind of an offhanded comment. And he said, the best part of this ceremony, I think, is going to be when we're all done walking back down the aisle. But you might not want to mention that to Maya. And I asked him about it, and he elaborated. And his reply was, well, very simply, that's when I'll be married to Maya. And that's what I'm most excited about. I think that sums up, speaks volumes about the kind of love that they share for each other. So here we are. This love has brought us all to this beautiful place today. Mike and Maya have chosen this location as it reflects the natural beauty and purity of their relationship. It's suiting that they wanted to share this area with you, as it embodies the very essence of their time spent together. These very hills have witnessed some of their adventures together. And it's places like this they've gone hiking, gone out running, camping, cycling, and it's where they began exploring their life together as a couple. One day, as you reflect back on the celebration, they can only hope that you remember this location. At this time, I'd like to invite Chuck up to the microphone. Chuck would like to share some thoughts with Mike and Maya.
Largely because I conducted the marriage ceremony for Maya's parents over 3 decades ago. And I've been told I could repeat a few of the words that I spoke to them at that occasion. So I'd like to say first that when I received the announcement of the wedding, first thing on the announcement was the effect of joining us in laughing, loving, the joy of this event. And it made me recall that during the wedding ceremony of Maya's parents, Nancy, the bride, laughed through the entire ceremony. The ceremony and the words that I'm going to try to recall some of them, and at least some of the thoughts that were spoken on that day, dealt with some of the things that you have touched on. The importance of love, the importance of joining together, not simply you as a couple, but families, the people that have shared your kindness and your love. Perhaps one of the greatest virtues of humanity is kindness. And in speaking to that, as I did over 3 decades ago, I also carried with it a couple of little thoughts that I'd like to mention. We stand here on the earth that has nurtured us, as it has nurtured those who have loved and had joy and cared for one another and have since turned to dust themselves. So as Maya and Mike, as you go through life, bear in mind the importance of cherishing the moments that you have together, cherishing your family, your friends, and continue to share your kindness with them. One of the hardest things in life is to bear suffering and to remain kind. One of the easiest things in life is to ruin someone's day with a single word. I'd like to speak also about the fact, as I did then, that part of the greatest thing you can contribute is kindness and a realization that time, just as I mentioned, we're standing upon dust from previous people who have loved, cared, and nurtured one another, for which we're responsible for being here. Always bear that in mind. Cherish every moment. And recall that the bird of time, if I can quote a famous version, has but a little way to flutter, and lo, the bird is on the wing. Radiate kindness once again, and realize that this radiation of kindness and joy makes the world a more wonderful place. But that also, like the snow upon the desert's dusty face, lighting a few brief moments or two, is gone.
Get behind it. So you two are on. We'll let Mike grab his sand first. Go ahead and pour some of this in, one at a time. Mike and Maya, just as the grains of sand can never be separated, our prayer for you today is that your lives together would be longer than the time it would take to separate the individual grains of sand. Look at that later. Over the last several days, I've been fortunate enough to meet some truly wonderful people. Some of you know who you are. These are people who have traveled across the country to show their support, put together songs for you, choreographed dance performances in your name, opened their homes, and provided enough food to feed a small city. These people are your family and your friends. And perhaps the one thing that best defines them, in my eyes, is that these are people who are always willing to look you straight in the eyes, extend a caring hand, and speak from their hearts. They're not just here for some good food and a party. Let our presence serve as a reminder that we are all here today in support of your union. Not only today, but for the rest of your lives. We are all your family now. In marriage, a family comes into being. Be joyful in your family. Bring to your family an appreciation of the beauty of each other. Bring to your family a sense of comfort and strength. Bring to your family a joy and thankfulness for being together. Today, you do become one. But tomorrow, remember to love, remember to laugh, and never stop dreaming together. I'd like to invite Mike's cousin, Kathleen, to come forward. Kathleen.
I know I speak on behalf of all of us when I say that we're all very happy that you two have found love in one another, that we hope that you cherish it and nurture it, and that every day your love makes you feel like this. Whew. There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all till there was you. And there was music and wonderful roses, they tell me, in sweet fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all
and to describe the happiness you bring to my life every day. So fortunate to have found someone so smart, beautiful, and funny. We've had an adventurous journey together, and I love you more and more every day. You're my best friend, the love of my life. I'm looking forward to everything that the future holds for us.
Maya.
Over the last 5 years, you have always been there for me. I've cherished our friendship since the very moment we met. You're always so caring and supportive to me. You bring joy every day to me, and I'm happy that you love me for who I am. So on this special day as we start our journey together as a married couple, I promise to keep our friendship alive, be a caring wife, and always bring joy to life's journey.
Thank you. Your wedding rings are a traditional symbol of commitment, of the commitment you are making today. Round as they are, let them serve as a reminder that the love you give will always return back to you. Thus your love has neither a beginning nor an end. Mike, would you take Maya's ring? Please repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and devotion to you.
I give you this ring as a symbol of love and devotion to you.
I promise to you
I promise to you
all that I am and all that I will ever be
all that I am and all that I will ever be
as your husband.
as your husband.
With this ring, I gladly marry you and join my life to yours.
With this ring, I gladly marry you and join my life to yours.
Let's place the ring on her finger. Maya, please take Mike's ring. Repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and devotion to you.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and devotion to you.
I promise to you
I promise to you
all that I am and all that I will ever be
all that I am and all that I will ever be
as your wife.
as your wife.
With this ring, I gladly marry you and join my life to yours.
With this ring, I gladly marry you and join my life to yours.
Please place the ring on his finger. You can Within this blessed union of souls, where two hearts intertwine to become one, there lies a promise. Perfectly born, divinely created, and intimately shared. It is a place where hope and majesty of beginnings reside, where all things are made possible by the astounding love shared by two spirits. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present to you a single soul, Maya and Mike Casanova. Mike, would you please kiss your bride?
Saw her face.
Beautiful sandals. Yeah, that's what was going on.